One of Iceland's biggest music stars is bold, fearless, and constantly reinventing herself. Bríet Elfar is on the All Things Iceland podcast, and I'm excited to chat with her about her journey to bringing forth a new style of music that has really influenced Iceland and cemented her as a female musician here that is helping to change the game, making it more exciting. And before we jump into being in bed with Bríet, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this series, Center Hotels. And if you use my code ATI25, you can save 25% on any of the 9 locations that they have in downtown Reykjavik, where there's accommodations, different activities, delicious food, and of course, great customer service. All right, now let's jump into bed with Bríet. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it feels fun to be here in bed with you.
Yes, likewise. And there's so much that we're going to get into, of course, because you've had quite an interesting life/career so far.
Yeah,
given the fact that you're a youngin' in the game, but still also quite experienced.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated to find out that you have Egyptian heritage, by the way.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So we're going to get into that. But in terms of growing up, like you were surrounded with music, and at the same time, even with like your mom doing mantras in the sweat lodge and all these things, did you ever imagine that you would be a singer, or is that something that just kind of naturally unfolded?
I feel like it's definitely something that I gravitated towards, and like something that I really enjoyed doing. But like as of like imagining that would be my job, it's something that I'm still just like. Telling myself that it is my job.
Pinching yourself or something.
Yeah, like, cause like, I don't know. I think this kind of work feels very. It's weird to be like, to say that you're a singer. I think a lot of artists find that as well. Be like, it's hard for them to establish them as something, because we do so much as well, So the fact that you just look at somebody in the eye and say like you are a musician or something, like no, I don't know. Like, what do you feel like I am? Because like right now you said that like I have had an interesting career, which I'm like, what do you find interesting?
Yeah, I think going from this like young age of kind of blowing up, right, and then having now been in the game, if you will, right, for some years. Yeah. To me, it's fascinating how people get there. Yeah. So it's more like the evolution of it that I find interesting. Yeah. And obviously, your own perspective of it is going to be different because it's your life, and you're just like, that's just how it happened. Yeah. Whereas, so going back to that whole sweat lodge thing, right, like even that like mantras. I mean, that's a form of expression and singing, but also like release. And I have read, just some of the articles about you in terms of how you use your music for a release. So I'm just wondering, like, when you go from, and you still do the sweat lodge sometimes, right?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Is that a part of your process for your creativity and like how you get out your emotions?
Yeah, I think like sweat lodge is just like a part of me. It's something that I grew up doing, and it's something that I just have to do, kind of like some people just have to go to the gym or go to the swimming pool or something. It's like it's just a part of my monthly.
So you do it monthly?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like my mom does it like every other week.
That's why your skin looks really great.
Oh yeah. Well,
getting it all. You just like purifying your pores every month.
Yeah, well, and bioeffect.
Okay, and and good quality products. Fair enough.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it's just something that I have to do. It's really just like this career as well, like, and this job that I do is very takes you to the highs and lows, and I feel like sweat lodge really grounds me, and it's really something that like just you are always going back to your inner voice.
That's beautiful. So getting in touch with you, like your higher self, if you will,
and just Mother Earth as well. That's like that's what it's supposed to be about. It's about like leaving your ego aside, and it's about giving up, and it's about starting anew, kind of, and like get rid of get rid of just something that's bothering you, and it's just like that's what the whole mantras are about. They're just like you are going there with the purpose of like letting something go.
Okay.
And a lot of the times you have nothing, and it was just like grounding to do this, and quality time with your family, and that's what gave you the energy to go into this month or whatever it is. It's never the same, and it's never the same for anybody as well. Sometimes it changes people's lives, and sometimes it's just like, wow, I just went and did a really heavy sauna session. You know. So
how long are you in this? What long?
It's like 3 hours.
3 hours of just constant heat.
We open in between.
Okay.
So it's like 4 rounds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the mantras? Is it okay to ask what the mantras are? Okay. I don't like. Am I giving away the secret to the sweat lodge?
No secrets. Are you asking what they are about, or
what are you saying? Like what are?
Oh, it's just it's words that it's like Native American language. It's just like yaha hele yano hilo, and like it's a lot of, I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay,
you know,
but you know it does something for you.
Oh, well, like my mom explains what they're about, and like she learned it from Sampnono, which was a native man that came here. Like he was just had been practicing this forever, and like that was his surroundings were just like and then he had this calling of like coming to Iceland, and like he was like, you know, it has to be in this part of the world, you know, for those elves here. And my mom, she learned from him, and each round has a different like, so like each round is more we think more about like for example, like the first round is just like forgiving yourself, and then like the words are a lot about that, you know. But I have no idea what we're saying, you know.
You're not the no, you're like, I'm not the practitioner. No,
I don't think my mom knows even, like it's just it's more like mantras, like how mantras are, you know. It's just like it's a lot of it's more the like how a baby talks, or like how you know, it's very it sounds like gibberish, but it sounds good,
right? But it also gets you into this mindset of being able to like kind of not focus on the heat, I'm assuming, as well.
But and it helps you breathe as well, you know, because that's really what this whole thing is about, is like just breathe yourself through it, and the whole thing is about like giving up as well. It's about like surrender to the heat, you know. That's, I mean, I feel like people are always like trying to be like strong through a lot of situations and stuff, and this is the opposite. It's about like, you know, the whole image of the tent and everything is about like going into the mother womb again, you know, because it's shaped like a turtle, and like you're going back into the womb of Mother Earth and like the color that you see inside of the stones, because they go from the fire into the middle of the tent, and everybody's in circle around the tent, and it's pitch black in there, but the only light that you see is the red color from the heat of the stones, and that color is the same color you see when you are in the mother womb. You see that red color in the womb, and that's what you see inside of the tent as well. Yeah,
that's beautiful. As someone who's gonna bring a life into the world soon, it's a cool visual.
Yeah.
And so you grew up doing this, so this is a very normal like way of like life in essence for you. Yeah. And has helped you, it seems, to have shaped you as
I mean, for sure, like and it's a lot of emotional talk as well, and people are always like very open there as well, you know. So I think being a child in that scenario, it's there's a lot of grown-up talk around me, so I learned a lot from the people just being open there, you know.
It's beautiful.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do.
Cool. So that alongside with you were singing jazz tunes, right? It's like sort of experimenting, learning to play guitar, things like that. And when you were playing, for instance, like some of your jazz gigs when you were a teenager, because I feel like your foray into music was quite early.
Yeah.
And so what do you miss, that kind of like going out and doing like small gigs and just, you know, having fun?
I mean, I did an interview just I think this month as well, where I was just like saying that like I would have been just really content by doing that for the rest of my life, because it was just really heartwarming, and it fulfilled the need of expressing yourself as well, to be in the corner and just sing and like be a part of people's dinners, and like a lot of times like people stood up or danced with me or like whatever it was like a moment that like gave me a lot, being like 15 in those scenarios and seeing what worked and when people are not listening, and like you learn so much from just, I took so much from this job into what I'm doing today, with just like knowledge of like, okay, there can't be too many slow songs in a row, like people will, you know, or like too many, you know, it's a lot of those things that I learned really young by doing those gigs, and it was really, I miss it. To answer your question, I miss the when there was no pressure.
It's sort of like an anonymity, where it was like you could just be whatever, you can experiment even with a different song, even if it's not your song per se.
And like being when there's no when people are not coming and wanting something from you, it was really, it was a nice time. It was really nice.
How do you deal with that pressure though, like knowing that there is they're coming to see Bríet, which is great, right? It's exciting that it's like your show, your music.
I think I make it fun for myself. That's how I deal with it. I think I'm always, when I'm doing a big show, it's like more like what would I want to see if I was gonna go at concert and see something, and then it's just like I'm just always trying to what's the word, like put myself out of the box again and again and again. Like I'm always testing myself of like, what can I do next? How can I do the lights or the costumes or the band or like the role? Like there's just so many little things to think about to make a good show a good show.
Yeah, exactly.
And how can I do this without like spending all my money?
It's like I have to make an income.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you have to think about a lot of things, but like I think I just try to make it interesting for myself, and like never do I try to do as many different things as well, like intimate shows in a church, and like just 3 people, like we're just 3-person band or like a big band or in Harpa doing big shows or Christmas or blah blah blah. I just try to do it all. I'm not that's how I keep myself interested.
That's great. It's great that you're looking at it that way. It's like, because you know the songs themselves, some of them people are going to want to hear, like the popular ones, and then like your new stuff, it's like how do you balance that for you? And I personally think like when I've seen you perform, which is lovely, your costumes, like what you're gonna wear, is actually a big part of like what makes it really interesting, right? And if you have a costume change or something, and I'm just wondering, because there are different designs that you're using, right? Where are you getting the inspiration for these designs?
It's all over. It's all over. It's some
of them are very futuristic looking.
I think it's just the same with the performances. It's just trying to like it's testing myself. I think it's just like, what can I do? Like, cause like me and Sigríður, we've been working together since I was 17, you know, and we've just collected so much throughout those years.
She's a designer.
Of just ideas and like material and just like curtains or whatever, and we're just like we just want to do something that keep us interested, and like what do we want to see on stage, or you know. So sometimes it turns into some madness, and sometimes it's when you're looking back, you're like, what the fuck did I like? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, but we do it. We just keep on.
You take the risk.
We take the risk. Yeah, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's how I want it to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I get any like inspiration. A lot of the times it's just what we have, because like it's not like we are spending a lot of money. We just like I said, like finding old curtains, and then we see the color of that, and then we just get ideas from that. Like, that's how it often just begins.
It's very scrappy, very just throw it together.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had an outfit where you were like, okay, that was not the easiest to perform in?
Yeah.
Like, it looked great.
There's so many. Yeah. There was one time we did like a dress made out of glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut my hand doing it as well. but it looked good. But then like looking back at it again as well, there were a lot of like little small details where we could have done better.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was impossible to perform it, because it was plastic glass, and I was supposed to like fly in the air, and I had to like there have been a few. Like one time I had this latex thing which was so tight that I thought I was gonna pass out.
Oh no! Because it doesn't breathe at all.
No, not at all. Wow. And like I didn't really know, because like sometimes you put something on and it's like it looks good and it's like okay, nice, and then you go and like take it off, but sometimes you forget to think of like, okay, I have to wear this for like 3 hours,
right?
2 hours,
and
like,
latex is not
very
forgiving in that way.
I'm like having a wig, or like it's like hurts, and like a lot of dramatic home comes when I'm like come home and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hurting so much, and people are like shut up, like you're doing this to yourself, like
you're like I didn't sign up for that part though.
Yeah, well, but 100% it's always me putting myself into like, we have to do something, like longer nails, like do this, like longer hair, and like so yeah, for sure I'm putting myself in this position of like hurting, you know. but it's always worth it. I think, like,
well, it's good that you didn't pass out, so that's
I didn't pass out. I didn't, no. And like a lot of really, really warm clothes as well, because like we've been working with a lot of like, because sometimes we get sent over stuff like sheep like wool and stuff, like,
it was very insulating,
and it's very warm as well, but yeah.
And you're on stage being like, I am sweating my butt off.
Trying
my best to.
Bad.
Oh
like,
no!
It's like
you're trying to look cute, feel cute, and you're just like drenched.
Yeah, people don't know what's happening. In the back corner there. Yeah,
that's kind of the beauty of like being on stage a bit, right? It's like you're far enough away usually where people can't see that you're suffering, but on the inside you're just like, oh my god, great.
Yeah, but. That's the hard part about me, I think, as well. Like I think people always see what's going on. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve, so people often notice if there's something.
Which I think is a big part of what people love about you too, right? It's your like very openness, authenticity, and in your music, like you talk about heartbreak and love, and things people can really relate to. How is it? Because I mean, you went through a pretty public breakup, right? Which that's not easy. You're just like, oh, and in Iceland it's so interesting to me when they will post in the paper when someone's single again, and I was like, okay, you're like, that's me. It's like thanks. So how do you, because you talk about your life to a degree in your music, how do you balance sharing these personal experiences and also having privacy?
I'm still figuring it out. I think, because like for sure it's like a part of my way of writing as well. It's being like, and the process of healing for me is really about writing about me and what's happening in my love and my life, and it's something that I really like run towards to in my like writing. I think like really hard for me not to write about love or like being honest about what's happening. So I think I've maybe shot myself in the foot by like trying to keep that personal or private. I'm like okay with it not being like that people are curious and that they are making their versions of like my reality of what I write about and like who I'm writing about. Or
right. They're trying to guess.
They're guessing, or like they are like curious, and I get that, you know. But I feel like people will always make up their own either way. So it's never gonna be correct either way. So
True.
like to a degree, I always have my privacy as well, you know, because like sometimes I'm personally writing about something that's like super personal, but then it changes, and then like when I release it, people are like, oh yeah, this is about this, and then you're like, oh, it's really 100% not. But
people writing about telling you what it's about.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, just go for it. Yeah, look,
you're like, that's a great idea. Maybe next time.
If that's what you see, then for sure, go for it. Yeah.
What is one of the crazier things you've heard about yourself where you were like, wow, where did they come up with that?
Maybe just like the crazier things I've heard about me, like just about my music or
in general, like,
or in general, like
person.
Just like cheating or like stuff like that. I've heard a lot of like, I'm like, who is that? Or like, I'm in a relationship with who? Or like stuff like that. Because like a lot of my songs are about love, and they're like, this is about this situation or blah 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 blah. But like truthfully, I really don't hear a lot about myself.
Okay,
like
that's good though. Maybe to keep you a little bit distant from.
And I just don't care. Like honestly, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just that's
a healthy view. I think is like not to be so absorbed with what other people are thinking or try to be validated by other people's like ideas of you.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna eat you up alive if you go into it, and then at the same time there's always gonna be something. So I'm not doing anybody a favor of caring when it comes to rumors, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm not being helpful here with stories, but there's nothing. There's not a lot of stuff that have like hit my heart of like, oh my god, are people saying what?
Yeah,
you know, there's not a lot of those. I don't.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, maybe.
Or at least you're insulated from it. Like you're not.
Yes, I think like my friends are helping as well with just killing stories or being like
not passing it on to you.
Like it's just not worth it to even talk about it with her.
Good. That's good friends, because sometimes you need to just like be in a space where you don't have like that toxicity seeping in, even if they don't mean it, you know. Like, oh, did you know this person? It's like, that's none of my business.
Yeah, who is that? And I don't care. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that you started, I mean, your breakout hit in terms of like an international one, In Too Deep.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Which is like, you know, you were 17 years old.
Yeah.
And it was in English, which I thought was really interesting in terms of like, I was watching the music video, and it's a really cool music video. And from there, I mean, there was also the kind of catapulting of your career in Iceland after that, when you later did like Kveðja, and you know, that process for you going from In Too Deep, where you were singing in English, to then writing in Icelandic, like was that a purposeful thing where you were just like, oh, I just wanted to do a song in English, and then but my main focus has always been to sing in Icelandic at the time. You know what I mean? Like, what was that like?
I think like my main focus was always English, and like that was just how I thought and how I was writing, and like that was always the goal. But then I felt like being here and like performing here, the more that I was doing that, the more I was like, okay, well, I think I want to bring one like Icelandic song, so people are like, oh, she's Icelandic, you know. And I think that just opened so many doors when I released one Icelandic song, like people that really blew out like super fast. And then COVID hit and heartbreak hit, and I had a lot of things to say in Icelandic as well, and that's when like my Icelandic music just blew up really, really, and helped me here in a good way, you know. But it kept me away from having the courage to sit back down and write in English again. But that's what I've been doing now, like for the past year. It's just sitting down and like, wait, I like the main thing that I was gonna do was in English, and I can't forget that goal, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. That how, you went from starting there to then it was very like advantageous, I guess, in a way. But also, I mean, in Iceland, the amount of your music being played on the radio, it was amazing, right? Like Esjan and Rólegur Kuriki. It was like, I was like, because I've been in Iceland since 2016, and so I sort of came in when you were like having your breakout time, and then of course with COVID. And so when I remember hearing it on the radio, and I was like, who's that? And my sister-in-law at the time was like, oh, that's Bríet. And I was like, what? And it was like really cool, you know? But I would have never guessed at the time that English was your like kind of main thing, and then it's almost like you can get pigeonholed a little, not on purpose, but it's just like where the success is right now is here. So you're rolling with it, you know?
100%. And I think that's like you can do as many like assumptions or like plans as you can, but it's always gonna lead you somewhere else. So it's just like being open to that as well. Like I'm really open to it's gonna just take me somewhere, and I have no idea, you know. This is so random sometimes. You know how things and what gets popular and what works or what doesn't work or whatever, because like sometimes you're like, okay, I really got this right now, this is gonna be, you know, people are gonna love this, and like nobody sees it, or like, nobody cares, and you're like, okay, was this the wrong time and the wrong place, or does this just suck, you know? There's just a lot of those moments. So I think there's just to a degree where you can plan, you know. So it's always gonna change. It's always gonna change.
And being an artist, I mean, this is literally like you pouring your heart out, right? So it's not the same. It's just like, oh, I just made this like random product. It's like, no, this is so close to my heart. This means a lot to me. And if people are not responding to it, it's hard.
It can get personal. And it can get like you can beat yourself down very easily.
But you sweat it out.
Then you go to the sweat lodge, and then it's just like I think it's just a part of being like honest with yourself, of being like, I know this career is gonna go up and down, and if I think I'm gonna be at the top all the time, then I'm just like delusional, and it's gonna hurt a lot when you go to the up and down. And I think it wouldn't be healthy if you would just always be at the top. Then I think you would just lose your senses.
Exactly. Your perspective on life, everything you're really to achieve and like relate to other people.
I think it's just, I think that there's just an amount of like what's the word, like people admiring you. There's just an amount of healthy, like there's
that
a
healthy amount of attention.
Attention
like,
that you can get.
It can get too much. That is true.
And
when you're out in public, there, especially in Iceland, obviously people are recognizing you and probably wanting to say something to you. How do you deal with that? Where it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure almost everybody in the country knows who you are, right? Going anywhere and just being your Bríet, right? It's your presence that has shown up, because you have great aura, by the way, like great energy. And so I'm just wondering, keeping yourself like, oh, okay, that's just a part of the process, or did you have to get yourself to a point of feeling comfortable with that?
No, I it's funny to think back and because like I didn't really feel like a huge shift of being like, oh my god, everybody's staring at me. It came pretty natural as well, and like it didn't feel uncomfortable as well.
Okay, that's good.
It was not like a thing where it was like oh, I'm not in the mood for somebody to want a picture or look at me, or I'm not looking good today, or like whatever it is. Like it's I think that's part of being like raw and honest as well. Like I don't care if where the situation or the scenario is. Like I'm always open for for a hug, or like my arms are always open. I think
sweet.
like, but of course it can drain you. You know, it's weird sometimes to when you feel that you're like really at a low. You know, but it doesn't push me away from like, okay, I'm not gonna go to the coffee house, or I'm not gonna go to the swimming pool, or I'm not gonna do this because I'm at a low. And what if somebody wants a photo? Or like, I'm really honest with like people being like, if I'm off, or if I'm down or whatever it is, I'm just like, thank you so much, but I'm just like, I've been crying all day. Like, I'm not in the mood right now for a photo. If that's okay with you, like maybe next time. And then I'm being honest as well. Like, I'm not. It's never like an arrogant or harsh no. You know, it's so. So I think it hasn't gotten to me yet. It hasn't been like a place in my life where it's been eating me up in any way, because like usually it's 100% just giving you more energy and just love, you know. It's not a bad thing of people coming up to you or wanting to express that something touched them or something. That's always that's just always something that just is honorable, and like it's always welcoming. It's more just being sometimes tired, or like not
being
really
human.
Being human,
basically. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you find the process for you writing? So you've written, you know, in Icelandic, and now you're back to writing in English.
Yeah.
Do you find that a different process for you because of the language?
For sure. Like it doesn't come as natural to me, and it's I need more help, and I'm like, is this right? Or I'm trying to say like this word, is it? Am I being like naive? Does it sound like a childish of me to, like, how can I? Because like, it's hard to be able to express yourself and talk some language, and like being able to got to a really comfortable spot with writing your language. Because I got really comfortable with writing in English at first, because that's just how I started.
Right.
But like today it's harder, as well, for sure. I mean, and especially I feel like Icelanders don't care. They're just like, okay, she's doing like different thing now. Like, we just want the old version, and you feel it. You're like, oh,
they have this expectation of you.
Yeah, or just like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just they just want their old Bríet back or something. So sometimes it's very it's sometimes scary. It's sometimes like, okay, well, am I starting like again?
Yeah.
You know.
In a way,
yeah. But
if that's where you're feeling pulled, you can't help that, right?
For sure. Yeah.
And are you doing a mix of Icelandic and English songs, or are you just sticking to English at the moment?
Right now, like my next 3 EPs are gonna be only in English, and but then I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like I never know what's gonna happen next, because like I had no idea that me and Birnir would do a whole album together. That kind of happened just naturally, and like just letting things just flow, and then there's a lot of things that happen when you just open, you know.
That's true.
And I think that's why I can never like say or know what's gonna happen next, because like I think I'm gonna be writing in English a lot, and I have been, and there's a lot of new material that's gonna be released in English. So right now I think like the next 2 years are gonna be a lot of English music. And like
get ready, Icelanders.
It's
no offense to you.
Just opening up a little bit more.
Okay.
It opens a lot of doors just to change language.
It's true. I mean, and there's a lot of, I mean, internationally, of course, but I think in general, like, it sounds like it's a good place for you to grow as an artist.
And it's just a whole another world out there.
True. And your sound is something that when you came out, for instance, like they're kind of more breathy, soulful way of singing. I mean, that took Iceland kind of by storm a little bit. People were like, ooh, nice. Is this something that you just felt like, oh, that's just the way I sing? Or was it something that you evolved for yourself, like how you wanted to sound?
No, it's just the way I sing. I'm a whisperer and nobody understands me. And people are always like, what?
They don't understand, but yet they're so attracted to it. They're like, ooh, let me get a little closer. What did you say?
I don't know what it is. It's nothing purposely like this is how I'm going to sound, or like it's just I'm just singing. I'm just and this is how I write my melodies, and this is what I feel like. I don't know. This is what I feel like.
I think that's the beauty of diversity, right? In terms of voices and art and all different types of ways people express themselves, because you just never know. Like you can look at somebody and they could have like the deepest singing voice ever, right? Or like you, where it's like a lot more like breathy and almost like whispering to a degree. And it's fascinating.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And speaking of your collaborations, because you mentioned Bríet, do those come about like the person's reaching out to you, or you're just like, oh, this person has a cool sound, I would love to do something with them? Is it a mix of this, or?
Yeah, I think it's a mix. Like first, like our story is just like I've been his fan like always, you know, and we've been friends for a long time, and like being in the music industry as well, like you kind of know everybody in Iceland. And we've been like friends for like 7 years or something. And we did a song together 6 years ago that was never released or whatever. We just were in the studio having fun, and like our friendship just evolved, and like we were just having a cup of coffee talking about life, and we were always talking about music, and we were like had same ideas, or like there were a lot of moments where we were just talking about life or love or art, and we like stopped each other and were like, oh my god, that would be a good song, or like nice, that's a great phrase, and I just kept writing it down every time we met, and then I remember I was living in the countryside, and he came for a coffee, and then I just threw it out there, like, what if we just did like an EP together? That's just like, cause like I was feeling really stuck by being put in a box of like heartbreak, country type girly that was singing these love songs, and like I was like, I feel like people are expecting that kind of music like next, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that like right now or
ever,
or
it was like, it's good at the time. So.
And he was like in a phase where he was like, I really want to do like just like techno music, and I feel like people want like hip hop from me and stuff, and we were just talking about those things, and then I just threw out an idea of like, what if we just did like a collaboration of just like doing something that people will not expect from either of us, you know, and then we never talked about it again.
Okay.
And then
I was like, oh, it's gonna be
No, I feel like this kind of arts and crafts of making is so like, you're just throwing so many ideas out every day. You're just like, and like somebody catches it or somebody doesn't, like, and I think it was like a year later or something that we started working together, or like making the album that we did, and it like I've said like 100 times, like it was just supposed to be one song, and then it turned into 3, and then we're like, okay, this is an EP, let's just do an EP, and then we were like, we have 3 more demos, maybe we can just finish them, and then it's just a record, and then like, okay, we have an album here, and then like okay, it would be fun to do a music video, should we do a music video, and then that turned into short movie, and then, you know, it's just
like it's rolling,
the
snowball effect.
Yes, it's just when 2 people come together that say yes, and what next, then beautiful things happen.
It's awesome.
It's just the right moment at the right time as well for us both, you know, because obviously it wasn't the right time when we were at the countryside talking about like EP, like, and then it's just like we forgot about it and we didn't talk about it again. But then like it sat it was like in the back of your mind of, like,
you planted the seed.
You planted a seed. You're always planting seeds, and then you never know who's gonna
True.
How it's gonna go.
Do you have any dream collabs?
Yeah, for sure. I think if when I will do a song with Bon Iver, that's when I'm like, okay, I can die now.
It's like career's done. We're good.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be. Yeah, I think I don't think there's like one song that I don't like that he releases.
Nice.
Or like this band. I think that's
awesome. Well, you never know.
Touches me. Yeah,
you're putting it out into the universe.
Yeah, I'm planting the seed.
Exactly. Yeah. So jumping a little bit to a slightly different topic, just like with your background, I mentioned in the beginning about you having Egyptian heritage. So your grandfather on your mom's side, right, is or was Egyptian, no longer with us, but is from Egypt. And did you feel that cultural like part of your family when you were growing up? Was that something that was a part of it, or is it just kind of like, oh, I know that I'm part Egyptian to a degree?
I think like sadly my grandpa had to like really get into Icelandic culture, and he really had to like fit in. That he kind of pushed a lot of like his Egyptian just the language, like he pushed it away a lot because he was just like trying to learn Icelandic so badly that
and Arabic and Icelandic are very different.
Very different, very different. So I think there's a lot of just culture and everything that got lost, but he wasn't really like he wasn't like strongly like he wasn't like a strong Muslim like that practiced it all the beliefs that Muslims doesn't. So I didn't grow up with any like that kind of like learning anything about Muslim or
or Egyptian like, culture
or Egyptian culture. It was just like stories and like talking about Hakafivi, like our great grandma and like stories of her and stories of him traveling around Cairo, or like when he was in Alexandria doing blah blah blah, I don't know, it was just more it was more like story time, storytelling,
getting little glimpses here or there of life, of his previous life.
But I mean, I have some memories of like eating some Egyptian food when I was younger, but then I was like 14 when he passed away, so I was pretty young as well. And like most of my Egyptian family lives in Egypt. It's just my mom and my cousin that like two cousins that are Egyptian here.
Do you keep in contact with your Egyptian family?
We went there. We've been to Egypt and met everybody. We did that like 3 years ago. It was kind of crazy to see everybody. It was really, you felt it in your DNA that like, oh, okay, we are family, and that was pretty weird to like to meet people that you've never met, only heard stories of, and all of a sudden they're just like
real
and you connect to them as well.
And how did it feel being there? Like, was there anything surprising for you when you went to where were you in particular in Egypt?
I was in Cairo and then Alexandria and then Hurghada, and then I went to Luxor as well.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, it's a crazy place. It's very
I've not been,
chaotic,
but I've heard a lot of stories.
Very chaotic and very crazy, and like it felt like going back in time with a lot of things, just by how women are treated there, and like how a lot of things are like just few steps back, you know. But then at the same time, it's just 100 times forward with so many other things, you know. Which is so funny with just the image of like grandpa coming here and people like trying to kill like his knowledge and like so much, so like deep culture of like so many like crazy things that like Icelanders were too proud like to get to know or learn from, because they were just like, no, we are better. Like, I mean, that's how. I mean,
it's at the time your grandfather came, if I believe, is like in the 60s or something, right? 60s, so this is a very different Iceland. Like the probably idea of people traveling internationally besides Denmark, right, was not really the thing. And so it was someone coming from the Middle East is just a very,
very
unusual probably thing to experience too.
Yeah, I mean, people just walked on the other side of the street, and like my other grandpa, he was like, "This is not gonna happen. You're not gonna marry my daughter. Not a chance."
What?
And he was like, "But we're in love, you know."
Wow.
And he locked himself, and he locked them in a different room, like this. You're not sleeping in the same bed. Like this is not happening, you know. So there was a lot of.
Your grandpa came up against a lot of basically discrimination.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And yet he was like, "I love her that much. I'm gonna deal with it."
Yeah. And he stayed here. He was here for 50 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he just did his best to assimilate. That's intense.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories, but I wish I had heard them from him as well. Yeah. You know, I didn't get to know him as much as I would have wanted to. Yeah.
Well, thankfully there's family that you have in Egypt that gets a chance to also talk about the grandfather that you would have never experienced, right? Yeah. Because when you were born, he had already probably shifted a lot to try and
100%. He was assimilate. He just talked English to me and like Icelandic in between. He never talked like Arabic or like I don't know. Sometimes he was like inshallah, Allah.
Yeah, but like little bits would come out.
Yeah, but it was never like just whole sentences where he only spoke English or Icelandic to me.
Okay. Do you see yourself going back to the Middle East more, like exploring that part of your...
It really, it was really heartwarming to go back and meet your family, and I got to know my mom as well, like seeing her, because she was there a lot, like and just seeing her get so emotional as well was really beautiful, and like it was more for me to just watch her go through her emotional roller coaster of like coming there and feeling connected and like the sadness and like everything. It was really beautiful to see her in this surroundings.
Yeah. So was this for your mom also an opportunity to get to learn more? Because maybe if your grandfather, even though that was her dad, was he also not as, I guess, talking about it as often with her too? You know what I mean? It was a bit of a guardedness.
No, I think he talked about everything in his family and everything, but he was just trying to learn from her. He was just like, "Can you teach me Icelandic?" And then they weren't like super close as well. Okay. I mean, they had their differences, and there was like a hard time between them. There was, which is like, which I think that's why I think it was really like emotional for her as well to go there and like being like, oh my God, like now I understand my dad a little bit more as well, like him coming from this surroundings and like how he grew up, and that's why he treated me the way he treated me and blah blah blah. So I think it was more like just the family connections, which is always so crazy. I think people have their connections with their parents and all the traumas and all the things they wish they could have done better or like whatever it is, and I don't know, I think I just saw the child in her like being there, like understanding or forgiving her dad or like something like that beautiful. More. I think it was I think it's just amazing to see sometimes people putting puzzles together as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you think this has impacted even part of your creativity, kind of learning this bit about yourself, this family heritage aspect, you know what I mean? It's like, because it sort of opened up a different world.
Yeah, and musically as well, like just the music that's there, it's really specific, and it's a lot of just the instruments that they use and stuff. It's like, I mean, epic. I could use this in my music and like do this with, or like just the way they sing and stuff. It's very like specific.
Yeah, it's beautiful too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And intense. It's like loud as well. And a lot of like, a lot of flutes and drums and stuff that that is really inspiring. So it was really fun to be like, to take that aspect of like, yes, I'm gonna take this into my music, you know, because I grew up on a lot of different genres, and my dad was like, he was always showing me different kind of music, but it was really European and very like American as well.
Yeah.
So
it was from his view in essence.
Yeah. So I think music is just so revealing as well, and it's very personal, and it's beautiful when you take that in.
Yeah, definitely. I it's fun to see how that continues, like for you in terms of your experimentation.
Yeah,
because I admire the fact that you're willing to take risks.
Yeah,
and you're like, maybe I'll fail. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And just speaking about like and mentioned a little bit your Kveðja Bríet album, right? That really was super well received here. Won you album of the year, right? And like accolades and all of this. Did you have any idea when you were making this album that it would be that well received? No, you were just like having fun.
Yeah. I had no idea because I was really like it happened really fast as well. Like we wrote it in just like 2 months or something. So I wasn't really even like showing it to my friends and families. You know, I kind of just showed them when it was ready. I remember this trip that we were like driving around, and I was like, "Do you want to hear the album?" And I was like, "Yeah." And like I had my whole family, and we were driving the car, and we listened through the whole album. And I remember like them just stopping the car and being like, "Oh my God!" And that's when I was like, "What? Is it good?" You know, and I kind of just like, because I just thought it was what I wanted to make, and I was super happy with it. Like, I forgot about the fact that to live off of it, other people have to love it as well.
Well, maybe that's what made it so good, though, right? That you were not trying to make money per se. You were just literally trying to make the art that feels best.
Yeah, I don't know. But I really remember the moment when it was released, because it was in the middle of COVID, and I had this release party when I asked people to come to this, to drive to this, like, what's the word in English? Like, just abandoned place. And there was like a light show. It was like fireworks and stuff. And the whole album was played in the radio. And people were just sitting in their car listening to the whole album, and I remember then like the feeling of being like, I'm not ready for this. Like, I don't know if I want people to hear this.
Interesting.
You know?
So you're nervous.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
And I mean, it must be kind of odd, like watching people waiting for their reactions, being like, anytime now, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like people are just always happy that you are making something as well. So sometimes I can't even trust that people are like, because everybody's gonna say, "Oh, great, it's great," you know. People are not gonna come in unasked. What's that?
Like criticism or something, or
like criticize. Like they have people. It's easier to say that things are great as well. So you really have to know your intuition and like your inner voice being like, this could be better, or this is not good enough, you know, or have those people around you.
Yeah.
That are like,
do you have like go-to people that were like brutally honest with you?
Yeah. I do. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, I'm guessing, though, right?
Yeah,
like, oh, well, okay, I guess I could change that part.
Yeah.
And also, it varies, right? Because people's opinion is going to be based off of what they like.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you're in touch with your intuition, or at least what you were trying to get across, then sometimes even if someone has something to say that's meant to be helpful, you might still go like, no, but I still want.
Yes.
I still want to be this way.
100%. Yeah. 100%. I think you have to be able to do that as well. You have to get the critique, and then be like, thank you, but I don't agree.
Right.
You know? Or be like, okay, maybe this changes the way I think about this. But then you can't ask everybody. You can't be like, what do you think? What do you think?
Right,
because that confuses you so much, and that doesn't help
lost
anybody.
The sauce. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. It is. That's one of the hardest parts about all of it. It's experimentation. and maybe you get it right, and at the same time you can't please everybody. In fact, you don't even want to please everybody.
Yeah.
But a part of us always wants to.
Yeah, and like
I don't know. Anyway. So popular.
I think wanting to please is a very small circle, though. You know, it's there's not a lot of people that I want to please, I think. Because I feel like more my thing is to what's the word, to surprise or do like the customs, or like be what's the word, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, I think
so. To be more
maybe unpredictable to a degree.
Yeah, spontaneous or something. I think if you are in this business and you have a really strong tension of wanting to please, then it's over for you.
Which, I mean, a lot of people get caught up in that, even if they don't mean to. You can come in with the feeling sure about yourself and then get all this attention, which you have this fame, and then it's like it's easy to start second guessing yourself, because even if it's up and down, we all still want it to go up, right? We also want it to be like,
it's really hard when you're in the low, you know? And like especially now, like changing the language and really feeling like, okay, people are not listening as much as they did, or like, and then like getting into like, is it just not as good, or am I doing the wrong switch up here, or like, of course you go into all those questions, just like and you get insecure and everything, but you just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Which is great, because that's usually where a lot of people give up, is the dip.
Yeah.
So there's a book by this, I don't know if you can, a thought leader, let's just say. His name is Seth Godin. He's from the United States, and he has a book called The Dip. It's very short, and it's just basically about this, right? Like, most people give up when it goes down, because at the beginning you're like highly motivated and excited, and things, seem like they're going well, and you have all these goals, and then at some point it's like bloop, and you're like, what's happening? It's not. But if you can push through that and keep experimenting and keep seeing what is potentially could work for you, there is the rise again, right? But the dip is, the low is challenging, for sure. It makes you second guess a lot of stuff. That's when you really have to remind yourself of why you're doing this, you know? You're doing this great point.
For yourself, you're doing this because it gives you something, not because it's successful, or you're not doing it for somebody else, you're doing this for yourself. And if you start doing it to please, or do this to but the hard part is just like living off of it, it's that's what confuses you most, I think, because like I think there's so many artists that just would love to be just at home and never perform for anybody, and then like, but the reason why they are popular is because people want to come and see them perform, or I don't know, there's just like so many you have to put yourself in so many uncomfortable situations as well doing this job, so I mean, I never signed up for doing TikToks or doing something to to
the promotion part,
to promote this stuff, I just wanna I love to perform, luckily, a lot of my friends that are musicians hate to be on stage,
Interesting.
and like a lot of my friends hate interviews or hate whatever it is. It's just a part of the whole, part of the whole, but yes, when you're in the dip, you're like, you have to remind yourself why you're doing this, and who who you're doing it for. Because if you're doing it for somebody else, and if you forgot the purpose, or then maybe you should just do something else.
Yeah, move on. Maybe not or maybe it's past what you were there to do.
Yeah,
that's a very big possibility.
Yeah, or maybe you've lost the grip of like suddenly you're like starting to do this dance music only to perform at clubs or whatever, and you've forgotten that was never the plan. So maybe you just take a step back and you're like, okay, well, that was fun, but I'm gonna keep going. You can get lost somewhere as well, and just forget yourself, like, in some comfortable situations as well, like if that makes you comfortable.
Yeah. Have you always felt this sure of yourself in terms of not trying to please other people, or has that been something that you had to develop as an artist?
I think it's I have really like strong memories of myself younger having this like heart armor of being like not caring what people think. So I think it's been not more like, it's not really of like being like so sure of yourself, it's the not caring what others think part. Which has been like a good shield, but because like I'm gonna do this music and I'm gonna release this English country music, and I have this armor of just like being sure that I love it. So maybe I think it shifts as well. Like sometimes you're like super confident in yourself, and sometimes you're super confident in your next move, and sometimes you're super confident that people will love this. Or like I don't know, it shifts.
Shifts. Definitely. And we talked a little bit about collaborations, like who would be like your top collab, but when it comes to other artists, it doesn't have to be specifically in Iceland. Who have you been inspired by in your life, right? There are other artists who you're just like, wow, it's really cool what they're doing, how they've like really kept it unique to themselves or brought about a new sound or something.
A lot of people. I think like Raka Gísla is one of the coolest persons I know.
Cool.
She's so authentically herself and like super charismatic and fun and exciting human being.
Yeah, nice.
I think like Ásgeir Trausti, like musically is like insane. And, I think I mean like Birnir, he's always like super raw and authentic, and he goes his own ways. I think like Eivör is like I mean she's Faroese, but like she's kind of Icelandic. She had like a very big impact on me when I was younger, of like how, because she's like very native as well, like with her drum and how she sings, and I mean I'm just bringing up all my friends, like my friends just they have a lot of impact, and I look up to them and in so many ways, and there's not like one specific that has the most impact on me. Like all of my friends that are doing music always do something that I can take from or learn from, because I learn a lot from other people's mistakes as well, and my own mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. And have there been any risks that you took for a performance or like in your music, and you were just like, I don't know? I mean, obviously we talked a little bit about the English, but maybe just even a little while back, that you're just like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna work, but you pulled it off.
Just through like just going on stage. I mean, I think a lot of times I'm like asked to be a guest at like shows and stuff, and I'm not in my comfort zone, and it's not my show.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I'm like on stage, like, oh my, like, I don't even know the song. I can't even sing this, like, Whisper Girl here can't sing this Christmas song that's supposed to be, but they need that song in the show, and you're just like being like open and like, yeah, for sure I can do it, and you're like, I just should have said no, you know. I don't want to be here, I don't like this whole thing, like, why am I here, you know. And but then you pull it off. I don't know, I don't have like a specific idea where I've regretted something, like like, oh my god, I should have never done this, or a performance for myself that I shouldn't have done, because if I wouldn't have done it, then I wouldn't have learned from it. I think.
For sure.
I think it's always better to do stuff and then learn from it and know that you don't like this or you're not going to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. You can't know if you don't do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For young artists that are coming up, who are looking at you and being like, oh, amazing. They want some type of career like this, whether, you know, to become a professional singer or at least just to get their music out there. What advice do you have for them?
I think it's just be true to yourself and like surround yourself with people that are stronger in some aspects than you. Like if somebody has more like knowledge, like surround yourself with people you can learn from. And do something that fires you up and not something that you think you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And where can people find your music if they want to listen?
Yeah, it's on all platforms, on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube and everything. Tidal, like it's everywhere.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song that you've put out recently that you like really feels close to?
There is gonna be on my next EP.
Okay.
On the country EP, that's it's a song called Until Then. That's gonna be my favorite one.
Nice.
Yeah. It's unreleased.
Yes. Okay. So soon.
Yeah, in October, November, hopefully.
Yeah. In the meantime, where's best to keep up with you?
I think Instagram is my comfort zone.
Yeah, but you might get some, you know, interesting
things.
Bríet on TikTok.
yeah. I'm trying my best there, guys. I'm trying my best. No, yeah. Okay. I think so.
Cool. So, last question. What is your favorite Icelandic word or phrase?
'Cause we've talked so much about the sweat lodge. There's one sentence that my friend always said in the sweat lodge, which is kind of a tongue twist, but it's núið snúið því það aldrei búið. Núið
snúið aldrei.
Því það aldrei búið.
Því það aldrei búið.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the now is confusing because it never stops.
We're always in the now.
We're always in the now. So.
Okay. Remember that, people.
Yeah.
If you're confused, that means you're just present.
Just try to be present. If you're confused, just try to be present.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is lovely chatting with you. Thank you for coming on and sharing your insight.
Yes.
And a bit about your journey and just, you know, giving people a chance to get to know you a bit better.
Yeah, thank you for great questions and a comfortable surroundings.
Yeah, nice little cozy bed.
Yeah,
my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Great. And thank you to everybody who's watching / listening, and see you in the next episode.
Bye.